And what are you, web-based or?
No, actually, we're on 750 radio stations.
Oh, radio, okay.
So I'll be doing like a 2-minute story on this probably today, and then what we might do, depending upon how much material there is, we might do a more extensive one.
You know what we might want to do? I didn't realize this was radio. You go on the website.
It's DoD.gov.
Well, don't have to say it, but I think it's America Supports You.
Okay.
There's a story. In fact, the story I wrote.
That's .mil.
Sit there. Better not deserve.
Okay.
But there's hey, good to see you.
How are you?
Yeah. Oh, it's great. This is a major shift going from
Yeah.
here to covering something like this.
You recovered yet?
Yeah, actually, I didn't come in yesterday. I wrote one story from home. How about you?
I worked.
Did you come in? You worked?
I didn't come in here, but I had some stuff. I had a deal at the Fort Mays I went to.
Oh, did you? Geez, that's unusual. Not much happens up there. At least that they can tell you about without shooting.
Right. Every once in a while.
But there's a guy who wrote
Did you go up there?
No, no, they didn't.
I think there's a
Deal.
you're able to click
They're
on something and
inviting
hear it. Right?
Okay.
You know, set up the radio.
Yeah. Was it
Like
Hemage?
Yeah, what I'll do,
Anyway, you might
Oh,
look
this
and
must
see.
be something else.
This was NSA.
Okay.
actually, yeah, what I'll do
Hemage
is I'll,
invited me to go.
one of our engineers out now.
Oh yeah.
Send
Oh,
my
at the
stuff to
Denfos.
Right, and he
I'll have
invited
them
me to
click
go up
on it, see
there
if they can record it.
yesterday.
Mine probably seat or something.
Really
Great.
We were here.
It's all been moved around. It's a different
It doesn't
perspective.
matter what the chairs say.
Did you turn your story on already?
Yeah.
The Hemage
yes.
training public affairs
Yeah,
officer.
so
And
right.
so he invited me
Collapse of the
to.
Just not
Republic.
as quick.
Radio is easier.
We'll put that aside.
Okay. No, he was a nice enough guy. I just never found
You
him.
hear a couple of
Bites,
bites.
did you get the?
Yeah.
I've heard other people say that. He gave me a few things, so.
That's good.
And I really wanted to do it, but I couldn't leave the Pentagon, unmanned for a glory hound event.
Right.
So, and it would have been yesterday, which would have been a really bad day to have unmanned.
Yeah,
And let's just blow off that we've broken the back of the insurgents.
NSA is, periodically going to come around with
Is that where it is? It's up there.
NSA is Fort Mays, yeah.
I guess we're not going to start with it.
Hope so.
I'm up to
We need to get anything happening on this.
I'm up to 1,300 in expenses.
Yeah.
Still got to do one more meal and some mileage.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
So did you bring back any of the local artifacts?
I did, and I gave them all to my girlfriend.
Was she happy?
I think so, or at least she feigned happiness at a minimum.
You've been dating her quite a while, haven't you?
Great.
The mention of feigning happiness
Maybe 6
sounds
months.
like a voice of
I
experience.
don't know, just at a minimum. I have no idea whether she wanted an indigo purse or not. But
She got one, right?
yeah.
Did you get shopping time?
Oh yeah.
Did you have a lot of completely downtime? It's so different than the normal Roswell trip.
Looks like they've got
We had almost every night off. We had,
Did you chunks in the daytime?
oh yeah. I went swimming at the Swiss Hotel Keto.
These are logos.
Oh, okay, maybe this is TBD then, yeah.
Shop. Everything was so cheap too. Except at the hotel. The hotel was insane, but you could bill it to the room. So hopefully the bean counters don't know what cerveza means.
I heard something really funny.
That's not what you put it on your
Put my
expense account. is it?
campaign expenses in. On the campaign expenses, they paid for margaritas, okay?
They did?
But they did not pay for Dayquil. explain this to me, you know?
So you have to pick your drugs appropriately.
I know, and it's like both are critical to telling the story, right?
Is there any way to
Which
launder the
campaign was
NyQuil?
this?
You know, the thing is, I'm thinking if it was NyQuil, it would have had the right proof level where they would have paid for it,
Yeah.
you know?
Now, which campaign was this?
Carrie, I got sick at the end and I needed NyQuil to
Oh,
keep
wow.
going, you know? But my boss interceded and they decided to pay for it. But initially they just threw it back and I'm like, God, they paid for the margaritas, why aren't they?
Yeah, really?
You know?
So do you think I can bill them for, I've never tried this, bill them for the $100 I gotta pay every time I leave, and have somebody to take care of my dog?
What are you gonna bill them for what your boss said?
What, let's see, we would put that as what, administrative expense?
Oh, how I should write it down?
Yeah,
Yes.
administrative fee.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. You need to find a way, and if they ever come back and ask, then you're cooked.
Right.
Well, and anything under $750, you don't need a receipt, right?
$7.
Yeah.
Now this is $108 for 10 days of dog care.
Well, you could sub rose at 78 of the 100.
Oh, I
It's
can get
better than none at all.
I can get a receipt. It's just
Yeah, I wonder if they're rolling in the BNC on this briefing, because I know that microphone's down.
We need to get this going.
Are they gonna play that?
my name is Charlie Alden.
I am not John Lumpkin. I do not wear falsies.
And the whole song, you know, we do it all the time.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to get to it simply. There's a
Okay.
song immediately after the line.
Push your memo.
Video, not good.
Just remember where it comes from.
I like to act out that song whenever it plays.
And you know what it is? None of these songs from NBC.
I'll be charged with other ones.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you have video cables?
okay. Hey.
You said.
to find out what.
John,
No. We gotta do this.
Yeah, you sit. I'm only here because you guys bring me food.
My office is really back in my for a second.
Okay.
I'll take it right back.
thanks for sending that picture.
You guys if I would play this song as like your intro.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Nobody asked Pam questions, she asked the question.
Yeah.
100 billion.
100 billion was
How long has that
before.
been?
It has been, when I was there, they were dropping
Million?
leaflets that said, because of your very bad Fallujah, we're not getting $100 million. That was
Budgeted for you.
yeah, it was $45 million alone for sewage work.
Right.
So they had 100 million before. The one question is, and what they'll probably say is, that included Iraqi money also, that like they had bundled that all up and said, this is what you can get. So we don't, but I was in a discussion that was all surplus.
So it's not that they're ponying up any more money than had been expected before
Certainly,
the
right,
operation.
prior to that, certainly, $100 million was. But they did say that it's obviously, they try to present it as now, but it's not. They might end up adding money to it, is what he said.
Right, but
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
it was
And I
kind
did
of
talk
a,
to CENTCOM yesterday, the Deputy Director of Operations, he said they've dropped to 250 buildings. He said, we're gonna see that the damage is far lighter than you would expect, because that's only 1%, less than 1% of the building.
250.
250 is substantial.
Did they get the
And then
NASCAR
you wonder,
track?
Are those the ones that are 100% rubble, or the ones that?
Those are 100%
Okay. So the 1,500 that are partially rubble are not included in that.
correct. I guess the question is then, how are they gonna go about rebuilding it? Are they gonna rebuild it? Are they gonna cover the complete cost of it? Are they just gonna pay people $100, $1,000, whatever? The Iraqi government announced yesterday, whoever it was, said that they were gonna have 150,000 dinar. 150,000 dinar per family.
John Lumpkin for AP.
Never underestimate the workings of guilt on a Catholic. Yeah, thank you. Guilt on Catholics.
We'll talk about Reuters.
If there's a song, we have to go.
It's on DUNHA.
How does the song
Let me ask you, do you have any estimate on how long it's gonna be?
Oh God, let the eagles soar. Soars, it's never full.
Hi, I'm Lisa
I'm
Meyer
not
from
a
AP
real
Radio.
fan of patriotic.
Really? Just
Really?
really?
Yeah.
This
video.
party started.
Now, had a protracted feel to it. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot you for a story.
Gonna shoot you for a story?
I'm gonna shoot you for it.
Oh. I covered a brawl at a city council meeting once. Just whoever to put the town's new pool. Councilor Fulgenzi got in a fight with the fire chief or something. No, the fire chief broke it up. That's right. Las Vegas, New Mexico.
I'm trying to think of covers that should have been wrong. I mean, I did the boxing press conference, so that doesn't count.
Right.
A scripted brawl is not fit into the category. You know what would have been the greatest story ever? When Cheney went up to Lake. That would have been a great one. Because he instantly had to get the ruling of a news editor as to whether he could even say what he said.
Right. You know that's a good story. Watch him try to put this on background. I'm walking out if they do that.
Discovery Channel, man. All morning,
Well, appreciate you being here. Thanks. You're welcome, Colonel.
Okay.
Well, good morning. Thank you all for coming. My name is Charlie Abell. I'm the Principal Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit this morning about a great program, an important program. Let me give you a little preface. You know, on September 11th, 2001, our nation came together as never before. One people, we are united in strength, united in our resolve against our terrorist enemies. And in the 3 years since September 11th, 2001, throughout our operations in Afghanistan and Iraq and elsewhere around the world, the American people have stood solidly behind our military personnel, both men and women, and their families. The support of the American people goes beyond just that for their own family member and friends. It also includes the members of all the members of the armed forces who have liberated about 50 million people from tyranny and oppression, have eliminated two brutal regimes, two state sponsors of terrorism, and have made our own nation vastly more secure at the same time. The support of the American people has been sustained and deep, spanning every segment of society, from families, schools, local communities, including major multinational corporations, each doing their part to show their appreciation for the dedication and sacrifice of America's fighting forces. Most amazing to me, and in keeping with the ingenuity and the creativity for which Americans are famous, are the many ways that folks have come up with to show that they support our military members and their families. We have a brother and sister team who have raised over $100,000 and bought more than $30,000 worth of prepaid calling cards so that service members can call home to their families and their loved ones. We have an organization that was formed to build houses for returning troops who have been disabled in the war. We've got the Family Literacy Program, which gives a deployed parent the opportunity to read a bedtime story on a mini DVD and then takes that back so the family and the children can listen to dad or mom read that bedtime story. United Through Reading organization also does this with a videotape so they can actually see mom or dad reading the story, and that's just a wonderful outreach on their behalf. We have the USO, which has a long history of taking care of our military, and they continue to do so through Operation Care Package. They've sent over 400,000 care packages to their troops. Their president, Mr. Ned Powell, is here with us today, and we're grateful for the many ways the USO supports our troops and their families. The Freedom Calls Foundation has collected $10 million in donations to provide free internet, phone, and video teleconference services for over 10,000 of our deployed soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Operation Hero is an after-school tutoring and mentoring program for troubled dependents of deployed parents to help them, the dependents, find the hero inside of themselves. Starbucks and the American Red Cross have teamed up to deliver hot coffee to the forces fighting the global war on terror. You know how Americans love their coffee, and some have complained that we make is not as good as that Starbucks makes. So we appreciate Starbucks and the American Red Cross helping out. Home Depot has donated over $1 million in tools and materials to help military families repair and maintain their homes while a family member is deployed overseas. And these are just a few of the many expressions and generosity of the American people. The program that we launched today, called America Supports You, spotlights what these and thousands of others are doing every day across our land to communicate their support to America's armed forces. This is important because support of the American people builds and sustains the morale of those who are fighting to defend our freedom and communicates our own, America's recognition and appreciation of the courage and commitment of those who serve. With us today is a young American, Shauna Fleming, right over here. Shauna exemplifies the America Supports You initiative. Shauna is 15 years old. She's a student in Orange, California, and she's gathered over 1 million letters and emails of appreciation to current and past service members. She raised her own $1 million limit or goal now to $1.4 million and is well on her way. She's also the unofficial spokesperson for the National Military Appreciation Month. We also have today joining us over here, as I mentioned, Mr. Ned Powell, President and Chief Executive Officer of the USO, Mr. James Mueller, the Senior Vice President, Commander-in-Chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Mr. Robert Wallace, Executive Director of the Veterans of Foreign Wars District of Columbia Office, Mr. Raymond Flexer, Assistant Director of Legislative Programs for the American Legion, and they'll be available to chat with you afterwards if you would like. These organizations and others have steadfastly supported the troops many, many times over many, many years. They are partnering with us today to help communicate the message of this campaign. And the purpose of today's event is to ask people of America, to join America Supports You team. Log on to our website, tell us what you are doing to support our troops, our men and women in military, and we will take that information and relay it to the troops so that they'll understand many of the ways that America reaches out to them and to their families. It's very important for soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines to know that they are supported by the folks back home. I think we have a short video for you to look at, and then after that, I'd be happy to take questions, and I'm going to refer all the hard ones to these guys.
They come from every corner of our country, the middle class, the poor, and the well-to-do. They are the proud Americans, tested, tried, and true. They're red, white, and blue, like me and you. They're red, white, and blue.
Okay, I'll be happy to take any questions. Yes, ma'am.
Just so that I understand the purpose of the program, are you trying to solicit more grassroots support for the troops, or are you simply trying to find out what's going on out there and trying to get it under one umbrella?
The purpose of this program is to find those things that people are already doing, and more is better. But that's not the purpose of this program. The purpose of this program is just to be able to realize what's going on and be able to tell our deployed soldiers and their families back home, this is what America's doing for you. Yes, ma'am.
I have a philosophical question for you. One of the things that's come up, because this war has been so controversial, is kind of almost a chicken and egg question. Can you support the troops without supporting the war? Could you address that?
I think America can do that easily. If there's somebody out there who philosophically does not support this war, that's one thing. But supporting the young men and women who are participating in it is easy in my book. And I think we heard during the presidential campaign that folks on both sides of the issue expressed great support for the troops and for their families, and I don't know why the rest of America can't do that as well.
What about the feedback from the troops to the people that are involved in these programs?
You know, I think the troops are the best source of that feedback. They all come home. They aren't over there forever. They come home after a year. They come back to their communities. They pitch in and help for the folks who are then deployed. But they also come home and talk to their families and their neighbors and their communities and their churches and their schools, and they express the feelings that they have when this stuff comes to them or went to their families while they were gone. I think we get feedback from them. If you all would like us to highlight that, I'm sure we could. But my experience is that happens at the local level.
Just as a brief follow-up, say, for example, if troops wanted to get back to, say, Shauna or somebody like that, could they do that?
On the website.
Sure.
On the website?
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk to Shauna?
After this is over, she's going to be here, and I leave that up to Shauna and her mom and dad.
How is the information collected through this program going to actually be communicated to the troops on the ground?
We're gonna gather it up here, and Allison's operation is gonna put that together, and then we're gonna give it to the troops. We have a myriad of ways to talk to the troops and to provide information to them, to let them know, and we're gonna use them all. Okay.
No, hang on.
Okay.
On some of the specific stuff that has been going on, do you have any numbers for how many care packages have been sent, how many DVDs with bedtime stories have been handled, and particularly how many houses have been started or built for disabled service members?
I don't have those off the tip of my tongue. I believe I mentioned that that somewhere in excess of 400,000 care packages by the USO, but Mr. Powell's here. He's a better spokesman for the USO than I am.
And the houses? Do you have any sense of that?
No, I don't, actually. We can get that for you.
Now, are those the Fisher houses?
No. Fisher houses are for families of those who are in the hospitals. These are to take a house or build a house for someone who has a special needs as a result of their injuries from the war. You know, ramps, wider doors, those kinds of things.
So
Very
it's not
generous
building new
project.
houses, but rehabbing the houses
Look,
that they
it's
have?
both. Okay, well, thank you very much. We hope you'll support the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? There's a